Hi, this is Mike J. Welcome back to the channel. What I want to talk about here today is there oil consumption on the Camaro SS? Well, a lot of the forums for the 6th gen Camaro, and even going back further, the LS motors and the LT motors, a lot of the people complain about oil consumption on these motors. Well, this car right now has almost 4,000 miles on it. It's just turned a little bit over a year old. I had the oil change for the first time, and I had it changed roughly shy of a little under 3,000 miles. And in the 3,000 miles of driving this car, I have not added one drop of oil to the Camaro SS. And I've had the oil change on this car about 1,500 miles ago. And to tell you the truth, I checked it when I got the oil change to make sure it was 10 quarts. And I haven't looked at the dipstick since. So, do these LT motors consume oil like a lot of the people on the 6th gen Camaro forum say they do? Well, we're going to pull the dipstick together and show you what 1,500 miles of driving in the Camaro SS if it had indeed burned any oil. And I did some quick runs on this car, and I've, a lot of stuff I've done that I did not film. I run this car sometimes over 100 plus miles an hour, not for an extended amount of time, just to have a little fun here and there on the freeway coming home on my daily commute, if it's, something that's worthwhile to push it a little bit. But let's pull the dipstick and see if there's any oil consumption in 1,500 miles. Oh. Okay, let's pull the dipstick. Now this car has not been running. It's been sitting overnight. And let's dry off the dipstick and reinsert it. Now I always like to check my oil early in the morning because all the oil had time to drain back into the pan. So you get more of an accurate reading than if you were just running it and then just waiting 15 minutes. At least that's what I experience. I always check the oil when the car is cold. I think it's just more accurate, but I know everybody's different. But let's pull the dipstick and get an actual reading of the oil. We are good to go. And I'll show you guys here on film. I'm going to twist this around so you can see it a little bit better. Cross hatches on the upper part of the dipstick. Okay, perfect. 1,500 miles after the oil change, nada, not one drop of oil consumption. So, 1,500 miles, clean. Now, these cars on the 1SS and on the Camaros, they are not filled with Mobil 1 dextrose from the factory. They are filled with GM oil that is a full synthetic 5W30 that meets the dextrose that they require in these GM vehicles. But on the Corvette, they do run a Mobil 1 dextrose motor oil from the factory. And keep in mind, this is really strange, but this car right here holds 10 quarts, while the Corvette base 1LT without the dry sump only holds 7 quarts. So when you guys do get your oil change on your Corvettes, if you do own a 1LT base model without the dry sump, it is 7 quarts of oil, not 10. Keep that in mind. And Camaros are all filled with, if it's an SS, with 10 quarts of oil. But as you could see, no oil consumption whatsoever, 1,500 miles, the oil is good. So, do I baby this car? No. Am I consuming oil? No. But later on, we'll check it again because my Mustang that I traded in didn't consume much oil either. And I know with a lot of these cars, people talk about consuming oil. So I guess it has to do with a lot of the break-in to see if your car is going to burn oil or not. But these are my experience, and really I don't have oil burners. I've never really had. The only car that burned a lot of oil was my 12 Mustang GT. That went through oil like no tomorrow, but those, remember, had oil squirters, and that's why they did away with those in the Coyote motors. Another complaint I have is with the Camaro, okay, when I got the oil changed, I had the car washed from the dealer, and there's brake dust, front and rear on this car, like from hell. You know, normally brake dust, you're gonna see a lot of it accumulate in the front wheels. The rear wheels don't really have much, but on this Camaro with these Brembo brakes, all right, they throw out a lot of dust, even in the rear tires. And on the Corvette, okay, it's got only 200 miles on it. There's not any dust on this wheel whatsoever. And I've noticed that on the forums that a lot of the people that own Corvettes and Camaros say that the Corvette doesn't throw out a lot of dust versus the Camaro. And I'm gonna show you, get the camera off the tripod and show you how dirty these wheels are after driving it. It's pretty bad. Okay. Brake dust. Okay. Now there has been about, like I said, some driving done on this car. Okay. It was washed from the dealership when I had the oil change. But it doesn't matter because within a couple hundred miles, they look like this. And this car is really filthy right now due to the fact that because it's been just blowing wind here in Phoenix like no tomorrow. Okay, and I'll show you the Corvette wheels, all right? Now this Corvette pretty much only been washed once. And after it's been washed once, you know, like I said, I've driven it. And you see how clean it is? I'm gonna get a close-up. There is no brake dust whatsoever. So, you Camaro Corvette owners that follow my channel or are watching, let me know, are the brake pads different on the Corvette than they are on the Camaro? I mean, I had a subscriber of mine pointed out to me that, well, the calipers are so much bigger on the Camaro versus the Corvette. Well, look at this caliper right here. Okay. I don't know, you tell me, does it look like it's the same size? I mean, I could swear that the Camaro is a little bit bigger. And the disc, I don't know, they look all about the same. Maybe just some cars, you know, I don't know, you know, I mean, they may or may not be the same pads, but drop me a comment if you know, because I really don't know. And this car is really filthy, and this is what you get for driving in Phoenix this time of year. This car needs a thorough wash. Look at all this dust. Now you know why I don't like daily driving a Vet. Another complaint I have, which is something that's normal, the DI engine, direct injection engines, okay, the outer exhaust on my MPP exhaust, look how black that is. Okay, the other side, I can't walk over there, it's kind of crowded, but it looks exactly the same. The inboard ones are like this, very clean, and the outboard ones are blackened. So, a lot of people are worried about that, but even GM Authority had said that these DI motors on a lot of these GM vehicles are getting a lot of soot in the back of the exhaust pipes due to the fact that it is a direct injection motor. So, it is what it is. You just got to clean them more often. And I kind of like just say, well, that's part of the car. So, you know, I know it looks like crap, but, you know, it is what it is. But anyways, there you guys go. Brake dust, horrible. Black tip exhaust, it's just the way it is. No oil consumption here, man. But anyways, if you like this video, please give me a big thumbs up. Please like, subscribe, comment, tap the notification bell for future videos. And I'll see you in the next one. Car wash, here we come. Thanks for watching. Take care.